Hi everyone. I want you to remember with me that we have previously started with Unit 13. So, Unit 13 was mainly talking about making movies. We've talked about different kinds of movies and what it takes to make up a movie. So now we're going to continue talking about something related to movies. But this time we're going to start talking about music, art, and books. So when we say music, art, and books, we talk about different kinds of activities that people can do to practice the three majors. So, since now we're at home, it's very important for us to focus on doing these three of these. Let's now talk about these people. Take a look at this person. What do you call this person? What do we call in English the person who writes books and articles? This person is called an author. Author. So, an author is someone who writes books. Take a look at this. What is this? This is an album. Albums can include songs and music. This is an album. Take a look at this man. What is he doing? Yes, he's making music. What do we call the people who make music? The people who make music are called composers. Composers start making music by writing notes and then playing them on an instrument. Composer. Composer. Now, take a look at this band. What are they doing? They're making a live performance and people are attending. What do we call the live performance? It's called a concert. Concert. Usually, singers, music players, and bands make concerts. Take a look at this book. What kind of book is it? It seems to be a story, maybe, and it might include a crime. So, the stories that talk about someone killed or any different kind of crime is called a crime fiction. Crime fiction. So a crime fiction is a story that includes crime, criminals fighting, detectives, and so on. Crime fiction. Take a look at this place. What do we call what's going on here? We have some paintings, a portrait, people coming to watch. What do we call this event? This is called an exhibition. Exhibition. So what is an exhibition? An exhibition is an event where people come to attend or to watch some portraits and paintings. Exhibition. Take a look at this nice place. Taking photos for nice places is called landscape. So this is a landscape. What is a landscape? A landscape is a nice view. Landscape. So this can be related to art. Take a look at this kind of photos. We take a lot of photos and they have different kinds. The one that focuses on the face of the person is called a portrait. A portrait. So, a portrait is a painting of the person's face. Now, when we take portraits, we usually focus on the person's face, not the whole body. Can we stop? Take a look at this. This is a personal photo. So we take different kinds of photos. The kind of photos that only focuses on the person's face is called a portrait. So what is a portrait? A portrait is a photo of the person's face. Take a look at this. Wow, what a nice sculpture. Sculptures are usually made of stone or clay. They represent people or animals. So this is a sculpture. Sculpture. Now we're going to do exercise 1 that we have on page 120 in our student's book. This exercise tells us to take a look at these words, use them to fill in the chart. So we have the three categories of music, art, and books, and we're gonna add the words into the right place. We have the words that I previously told you about, and I've added for you some words that we already know and some challenging words. Let's read them. Album, author, comedy, composer, concert, crime fiction, exhibition, instrument, landscape, novel, painting, poetry, portrait, sculpture, singer. I want you to try yourself to do this exercise on your books. Once you're done, you can check your answers from here. Here are the answers. The words related to music are album, composer, concert, instrument, singer. The words related to art are exhibition, landscape, painting, portrait, and sculpture. The words related to books are author, comedy, crime fiction, novel, and poetry. Now take a look at these 4 sentences that we have here. They all are also related to books, movies, art, and music. Let's read them together. Sentence A says, for the last few years, they've been showing a series on TV based on the books. Sentence B says, I've been learning English since 2012. Sentence C says, I've liked them ever since then. D says, I've known I wanted to be an artist since I was 3. Let's take another look at these sentences. What is the main verb in the first sentence? The main verb in the first sentence is showing. What is the main verb in the second sentence? Learning. What is similar between these two verbs? Both of them are written with the ing form of the verb. Now let me ask you, when did the action start? Let's read this one again. They've been showing a series on TV. When did the action start? The action started for the last few weeks. So it started a few weeks ago, and did it finish? No, it's unfinished. So when an action starts in the past and it's unfinished in the present, we use this form. What is this form? It's called present perfect continuous. The present perfect continuous is formed by writing have or has after the subject, then verb been, as you can see, and then the ing form of the verb. What does this tense indicate? It indicates that an action started in the past and it's unfinished in the present. Let's take a look at the second sentence. I've been learning English since 2012. The main verb of this sentence, or the action here, is learning. When did I start learning English? I started in 2012. Is it finished? Did I finish learning English? No, I'm still learning English. What tells me that I'm still learning English? The tense. Since I'm using present perfect continuous, have been with verb and ing, that means the action started at this point of time, but it's unfinished. Now notice here, with the point of time or with a specific date, we write the time expression since. Take a look at the first one. The last few weeks. This is a period of time. A period of time. So that's why I use the word or the expression for. So we have two main time expressions that we use with the present perfect continuous, for and since. We use for when we want to say the period of time that the action took place. So for example, if my action lasted for 7 weeks, so I say for the last 7 weeks. If my action lasted for 2 hours, for 2 hours. We can't say since 2 hours. Take a look at sentence B. Here we added the time expression since. And with the time expression since, we wrote a date or an exact point of time. Like I can say since 2012, since last year, since I was young. So all of these are exact points of time in our life. And with them, we can't use for, because for should take a period of time. So I can't say for 2012. I should say since 2012. So we have been talking about using present perfect continuous to talk about actions that started in the past and are unfinished in the present. Take a look at sentences C and D. I've liked them ever since then. What is the main verb in here? Yes, the main verb is liked. And take a look at sentence D. I've known I wanted to be an artist since I was 3. What is the main verb in here? It's known. What form of verb is this? Is it the ing form of the verb? Right. It's the verb 3 or the past participle. Why here did I use the third form of the verb, while here I use the ing form of the verb? This tense is called present perfect continuous, while this one is called present perfect simple. How do we form the present perfect simple? Present perfect continuous is formed by adding have or has after the subject, then the verb been, and then the ing form. While the present perfect simple is formed by writing after the subject have or has, and then verb 3. What's the difference between both of them in here? Take another look at the first sentence. The main verb in the first sentence is showing. Does this show me a physical action? When you show something, do you move? Yes, there is a physical action. Take a look at the second one, learning. Does learning include any kind of movement? Yes. When you learn, you would be thinking, writing, reading, listening, and all of these are actions. So, learning and showing, both of these verbs include actions. Take a look at the last two verbs, liked and known. When you like something, do you move? No. For example, I like movies. Did I move from my place? Did I do any physical action? No. So since the verb does not include any physical action, so we call it a state verb. So this kind of verbs cannot go with the present perfect continuous. Take a look at the second one. I've known I wanted to be an artist. I've known. So when you know something, do you move? Do you move your body? No, not necessary. So the verbs that don't include physical actions cannot go with the present perfect continuous, even if they mean that the action is not finished. So take a look at this one. I've liked them ever since then. So I started liking them and I still like them. I've known I wanted to be an artist since I was 3. So I started wanting, or I started knowing that I want to be an artist when I was 3, and I still feel that I want to be an artist. So these are unfinished action, but can't go with the present perfect continuous. Why is that? Because they are not action verbs. Do we have other examples? Yes. Like hate, love, think, believe, and so on. So now we're going to take a look at more examples. Take a look at this exercise. This is found in your book, in Unit 13. So we are going right now to fill in the chart to complete the rule. Let's see. Help me please to write the missing words to complete the grammar. The present perfect continuous is formed using or has. What other thing do we use? Yes, we use have. Has plus been, and the infinitive and the ing form of the verb. It is used to talk about activities that started in the past and are unfinished. To show the amount or period of time something lasted, use the time expression starting with, when we talk about periods of time, yes, we use for. To show when something started, use a time expression starting with since. So I'm giving you an exact point of time when the action started. It started in 2012, so I said since 2012. As we said before, some verbs are generally not used in the present perfect continuous. We use them in the present perfect simple form. For example, be, believe, hate, and what other verbs did we have in the previous examples? We have the verbs like and know. For more practice, I want you please to go for the grammar reference on your student's book. And if you have any questions, you can ask later on. Thank you very much.